Key number texts. This podcast is at the intermediate level. It requires some knowledge of Accordance Bible software, but no knowledge of Hebrew or Greek. Our modern English Bibles were originally written in Classical Hebrew and Koine Greek with just a bit of Aramaic. Most serious students of the Bible recognize that the best work in biblical studies is still done in these languages. But what if you don't have the time to go to a seminary or the desire to spend 2 or more years to learn an ancient language? Is there an easier way to dig deeper into the languages of the Bible? Yes, there is. Accordance meets this need with key number texts. These are English Bible translations that have been tagged with numbers that identify the original Hebrew or Greek word behind each English word. Once you know how to use them, you'll be able to dig deeper into the Bible than ever before. In this podcast, we'll address 4 common questions. What is a key number text? What are its advantages? Which versions are available? And how do I use one in Accordance? What is a key number text? Here is the first line of an especially beloved psalm. It's a little hard to read, isn't it? That's because it's in Hebrew. Hebrew uses an entirely different script, a foreign vocabulary, and it reads from right to left. Now, most of us read this psalm in translation, like this. The English versions translate each word and arrange them in proper order for our language, so they read naturally from left to right. Here, I've used colored rectangles to indicate the relationship between words in the 2 languages. Texts tagged with key numbers do the same thing. So, H7462 always points to Ra'ah wherever it occurs in the verse, while H2637 always refers to Kaser. These numbers are normally invisible, but Accordance users can see them in the Instant Details box anytime their cursor hovers over a word in a key number text. This system was designed by James Strong, author of the Strong's Concordance. What are its advantages? It allows English-only users to identify the original Greek or Hebrew behind any word, locate every occurrence of that original word no matter how it was translated, and use original language resources to discover that word's meaning. While originally only available for the King James, today this system has been revised and expanded to a number of different English translations. Accordance is the leading software publisher of key number texts, with 5 English versions tagged with Strong's numbers currently available, and a 6th, the Holman Christian Study Bible, to be released shortly. In each case, note that the S on the end of the translation code indicates it's been tagged with Strong's numbers. In addition, the NIV is also available with a different, more modern numbering system devised by Goodrick Kohlenberger. Each of these texts comes with a Hebrew and Greek dictionary with a brief definition for every word in the Bible. How does one use a key number text? In Accordance, a key number text allows for rapid searches of any text. Just select a word or phrase and click to search any plain or key number text for that word or phrase. Press the Option key while doing so and search a key number text for the same key number, a tagged Hebrew text for the original Hebrew word, or a Greek text for the Greek word. The same methods are used to access tools, even original language tools. Click to search for the word or phrase in an English tool. Option click to search for the Hebrew or Greek lemmas in any tool that has an original language search field, even original language lexicons that have not been tagged with key numbers. Add the Shift key to any of these operations, and you can perform a fuzzy search just as easily. Dr. Strong would have been so proud. Seen enough? Then it's time to look at a key number text for ourselves in Accordance. We're going to be using the KJVS in this session since it's included for all users on Primary 8. First, we can search a key text in the regular manner. Type Sanctify in the search entry box, click the search icon, and we've searched the entire Bible for every verse that contains Sanctify, 70 hits. However, we now have access to much more information, as we can see from the Details button. There we can see both the key numbers and the original language words. We can also hover our cursor over a word and see basic information in the ID box, or press the Command key and see the definition and the related Hebrew dictionary. If I want to read more from this dictionary, I can triple-click to open it in a new tab, and even change it to all text to see the articles around it. I can also shift triple-click to read the entry for the word in my default Bible dictionary. Finally, if I add a Hebrew text in a parallel pane, we can also see the keyword highlighting, another unique feature of key number texts. Another difference in key number texts is that they allow us to search for all occurrences of a key number. Press the Option key, then click the Search button on the resource palette to search the same text. Notice that the Hebrew word represented by H6942 is found 172 times in the Hebrew Bible. The Details button will allow us to see the many different ways that Hebrew word was rendered by the KJV translators. Accordance will even allow us to perform a combination search, where we look for every occurrence of H6942, Kadash, that is not translated by a word beginning with SANCT. Simply add the @ symbol to the key number, and then type dash for not and SANCT asterisk. Finally, I can even search a Hebrew text directly for Kadash using the Option key and clicking on it. This will do a lemma search, searching for all words derived from this dictionary form, some of them quite surprising. And by using the Option key one last time, we can search for the Hebrew word, this time in the Theological Word Book of the Old Testament, to help us sort all this out. Key numbers are just as useful when studying the New Testament. Let's scroll to the end of our hits, replace the Hebrew Bible with a Greek New Testament, and we'll be ready to look at the use of key numbers in the New Testament. Hovering works just as well, and here the Command key correctly calls up a Greek dictionary instead of a Hebrew one. Triple-clicking gives us the entire article, and changing to all text and scrolling down allows us to see some of the other forms of this verb. Option-click the search icon to search the KJVS for all occurrences of G37. This kind of search is also a nifty way to make sure we find all the various English tenses of sanctify, without using lists or wildcards, since they all share the same key number. And notice here in Details that the KJV translators were much more consistent in the New Testament, translating hagiadzo as some form of sanctify every time save once. We can also search the Holman Bible Dictionary for an article on sanctify. It doesn't have one, but the second content hit leads us to a very nice article on consecration. A better choice would be to use the Option key and search Ren, Bible Words, an English tool which happens to have a Greek content field. We probably haven't said enough about this resource, though it's new in Library 8 and included with both the standard and premier level. It's like a Super Vines with solid articles on important biblical words. Of course, the Option search will also allow us to access standard Greek tools like BDAG and NIDNet. These are just a few of the ways that key number text can open new avenues for you in biblical studies. Key number texts usually cost a few dollars more than a plain text, but as you can see, they offer so much more. No, they're no substitute for learning Greek or Hebrew. You won't be able to solve grammatical problems or analyze syntax, but you will be able to do amazing word studies with precision and excellence. This has been Dr. J for Accordance Bible Software. Thank you for watching this episode of Lighting the Lamp.